Hello, welcome to your practice today. I'm Clarke, and today I'm going to guide you through 20 minutes of movement and breath, asana and pranayama, as we really focus on creating space and softness in the hips and the groin. Now, we're focusing on this part of the body because it's somewhere that a lot of us hold a huge amount of tension. And so often we come into a yoga class and a teacher might say to you, let go. Or someone might say, just let it go. But it isn't that easy because we actually hold so much in on a physical level. And so just letting go can be really challenging. And we have to slowly create the internal and external environment that allows us to feel safe and supported. So we can down-regulate the nervous system, move from that stressful flight or fight mode, and actually allow ourselves to release. And then the process of letting go can happen. So what I've got today is a couple of blocks, one underneath my seat and one spare one for later. It's really helpful to have something that you can use to support your body. If you don't have blocks at home, you can use books, whatever it is that you can get a hold of. And then when you've gathered whatever you can find, come and join me in a comfortable seat. So close down the eyes and let the spine lengthen. And pay particular attention to your seat. So notice how you're grounding down through the sitting bones to your seat, whether that's a block or the earth or whatever it is that's between you and the ground. And feel this sense of rooting down. This is an essential part of us feeling safe in our environment. Feeling the nurturing, unwavering support of the earth beneath us that will allow us the softening that will help us to let go of the tension from our bodies. And slowly start to deepen your breath. So our breathing is another way that we sort of head in that direction. So we can breathe in and out through the nose if that's comfortable for you to do so. Or you could breathe in through the nose and just take a couple of sighs out through the mouth. And just feel that instant shift of gear where we let go gently of the environment around us, start to settle into the inner space, connecting the breath and the movement of the stillness. And the present moment becomes a little bit more noticeable. We drop out of the future or the past where we tend to ruminate a lot of the time. Busy thinking about the things that have already happened or planning the things that may or may not happen in the future. All right, from here, gently remove whatever is underneath your seat. You're going to place it on the other side of the mat, so you've got one prop on either side. And you're going to place the hands onto your knees and just take some little circles. So just bringing some movement into the spinal column. And you can kind of roll forwards and back on the sitting bones, or you can make it a little bit more subtle and just move more from the waist. And go back the other way. So one of the things that we're going to do to encourage that sense of release from the body is take a couple of twists. And the first one, you're going to lengthen your spine, place your right hand behind you, left hand just comes onto the right knee, and you'll look over the right shoulder. So the spine is nice and long. Draw your belly button in, and then use that length to look over your right shoulder. Good. Come back to center and swap over to the other side. Good. Finding your way back to the center again. Roll over the knees, untuck your toes, and shift your weight into your feet, coming into a forward fold. Just letting the head hang heavy. Pour the weight forwards into the front of the feet. Have a little sway from side to side. And then rooting through the feet, gently roll up the spine, reach your arms up alongside your ears. And exhale, gently fold all the way back down. From here, you'll walk your hands forward a touch, step your feet back a touch, and make your way into a downward facing dog. So find a sense of freedom as you arrive in your downward facing dog. Maybe that's pedaling the knees, or maybe you find a little bit more steadiness here. The focus is the breath, creating deep, consistent breath where the inhalation is evenly matched with the exhalation. And then from here, let's raise the right leg to the sky. Bend the knee, open the hip. So we have a huge amount of tension stored in the hip. Let's just circle it out a couple of times in one direction. And then back the other way. And then draw the knee into the chest. Step the foot between the palms. Drop the back knee to the floor. We're going to reach the arms up over the head. Good. So the back toes can be tucked, or you can flatten the toes to the floor. Lift up from behind the heart. Notice a space in the front of the left hip, opening up with your breath. And then slowly start to fold over that right leg, extending the right leg, flexing the toes towards you. Now this is where your props are going to come in handy. So you can place them at whatever height feels most comfortable. Rather than forcing forehead to the knee, we're thinking of gently just grounding into the pose. If we start to push, then the body will start to hold on, start to grip. We want to let that soften. Now bend into that right knee. Place the props to one side. Left hand comes to the floor. Now, if the ground feels a long way away, you can keep hold of one block and place it underneath the hand. We're going to reach that right arm up. Now, option 1 is to stay here. Option 2 is to heel toe that foot a little bit wider and turn the toes out. Reach the right arm to the sky, and then floating back, take hold of the top of the left foot. Breathe. Good. Place that foot down onto the floor. Turn your right toes forward again. Bring your hands onto the ground at the top of the mat. You're going to lift the back knee, extend through the back heel, and just gently rock forwards and backwards. Good. Now turn your right toes out again. Look forwards and step the left foot to the outside of the right hand. We're coming into our yogi squat. This is Malasana. Sending your hips down, lifting up through the crown of the head. And breathe. So the spine is long. Good. Let's place the hands down onto the floor. Turn your feet parallel and slowly roll up the spine, rooting through the feet. Keep that connection to the earth. Raise the arms up and exhale, fold all the way back down. Lengthen the spine. This time the right foot is coming to the back of the mat. You're going to drop the knee down to the floor and find that lunge. Toenails root down. Reach the arms up. And we're battling with some building work outside. It's the perfect opportunity to practice that sense of letting go, just letting everything wash over you, whatever sensations come up, whatever distractions come up, just let them be. Center yourself in your breath. Note to self as well. Let's take the hips back, folding over that left leg. So remember, this isn't about finding your deepest lunge or your maximum flexibility. It's about cultivating a sense of awareness and security and safety that allows you to physiologically down-regulate the stress response so that you can really be letting go, not just mentally, but on a very physical level. Let's bend into that left knee now. You're going to frame it with the foot. Good. Let's take the left hand to the inside of the foot. Turn the toes out. Good. Reach your right arm up. And then from here, we're going to take the back foot behind us. Open up through the chest. Breathe. Keep the spine long. Good. Let's place that left hand down to the floor. Tuck the back toes, push through the heel. And shift the weight forwards and backwards. Keep a sense of buoyancy from underneath the hips. And then turn those left toes out a touch. We're stepping to the top of the mat, finding our yogi squat. Good. Hands to the hips. Hands to the heart. Lengthen the spine. Breathe. So if it feels too much, you don't have to force it. You have your props. You can always sit your bottom onto a block here. Lots of options available. Find a place that you can be without too much effort. And really focus on the breath. Good. And then place the hands in front of you. Heel toe the feet to parallel. Take an inhale, look up halfway. And fold forwards, exhale. Rise to standing, reach your arms up alongside your ears. And hands meet at the heart. Good. And notice how it feels here. Breathing gentle breath in and out of the body. Let's slowly shift the weight to the right leg. You're going to hug that knee into your chest, the left knee in. Lengthen the spine. Good. So standing tall, feel that connection to the earth through that right foot. From here, start to send your left leg back in space. Float your arms behind you. Soften your right knee. Step your left foot to the back of the mat. Ground the heel. Interlace the hands behind your back. Open up the chest. Humble warrior, melting down, softening through the hips, releasing tension from the jaw, the neck. And then push down through the feet, come all the way up. Find high lunge, reaching both arms up alongside your ears. Lengthen the right leg and fold down, pyramid pose. Blocks might be handy again here. So you can keep the back heel lifted or just ground the back heel. Spine lengthens and you fold over that right leg. Every time we're working with the back body, the hamstrings, we're really encouraging a sense of connection to the earth, and that's a very safe space. But there's no force. As long as we're gentle, we're reminding ourselves on a cellular level that it's safe to be here. Let's bend the right knee. Step forwards, left foot to the top of the mat. Fold over the toes. And then rise up to standing. As you do, shift weight to the left foot. Bring your right knee into your chest. Good. From here, send the right leg back in space. Like you're surfing the air beneath you. Push through the back heel. Good. Bend your left knee. Gently drop the back foot to the floor as you interlace the hands behind your back. Lift up through the chest and exhale, fold. Good. Humble warrior, feeling that release, that softening through the hips. Notice if you're gripping through your feet, try and let that go. Good, and then push the ground away with the feet. Pick up the back heel, find high lunge. Straighten the left leg and fold. Good. Ground the back heel. If you did it on the other side, keep the spine long. Good, you can release the blocks. You're going to place the hands either side of the left foot and then lower the right knee down to the floor. Bring the left knee back. Cross the ankles. Now just be mindful if you have sensitive knees. You can always press down into your blocks to create space. And then place your bottom to the floor. Those blocks are going to come in handy. We're taking them underneath the knees, so we don't want to find maximum flexibility here. It's the last pose of our practice, so we're coming into Supta Baddha Konasana. Often we come into this pose without support, and sometimes it can feel amazing, but sometimes everything seizes up, a protection mechanism of the body. So really see if you can support yourself here to be in a really gentle place. You can take the arms up over your head or let them rest down on the front of your body, whatever feels good for you. Just breathe. Feel the earth beneath you, providing this beautiful sense of support. And let that support be an invitation for you to release. I'm going to give you a couple of options. If this feels really good for you, you could stay here and let yourself just land a little bit more deeply. If you're ready to release, instead what you'll do is take your hands to the outside edges of the thighs and guide the knees towards one another using the effort of the arms. And then hug your knees into your chest. Very gently arrange your body onto the earth. Palms facing up. Feet rest wide. Take a deep breath in. And open the mouth. Just letting go. Maybe it isn't possible to let go of everything. But notice what you can let go of after a short practice. Just softening through the body, the jaw. Take a couple of breaths. And you can stay here as long as you like, but when you're ready to start moving the body, perhaps start with the hands, the feet, the fingers, the toes. Take a stretch. And bring your knees into your chest. Have a little rock from side to side. And then either coming onto one side of the body or gently bringing yourself up to seated. Finding Somewhere to sit for a moment, the eyes closed or the gaze soft. Take a deep breath in. And as you sigh out, just really drop into the seat. Feel that connection to earth. And we find this foundation, this nurturing, unwavering support of the earth that helps us to down-regulate the nervous system, the stress response of the body, to allow us the environment or the necessary environment to support a gentle, gradual sense of letting go of whatever it is that we're holding on a little bit too tightly to. So as you bring your hands to touch at the heart, remembering that that power in this practice isn't just left behind on the mat. You carry forwards all of the teachings, the learnings, the discernment that you create through your classes, through your time here. And you take it with you as you move beyond the mat and into the day. Take a deep breath in. Big sigh, let it go. Thank you for your practice. And if you enjoyed your class, and you fancy exploring this theme or many others, you can come and join me on The Practice, my online studio. We've got a 7-day free trial. The link is below, and hopefully I'll see you there soon.